Hey, friends. How are you? Let's see. There we go. Straighten it out there. All right, we'll go live over here. How is okay? I can hear myself. All right. Let's go over here and try and find how to share that we're live. There it is. There we go. All right. I'm going to share this on Facebook and stuff. Thank you, friend, over on Instagram for joining us. Yeah. How is everybody? How is everybody doing as I share this around, making sure it gets to where it needs to go? Yeah. I'm excited to do a journal project with you guys today. And yeah. Let's see. Got to share it in other groups. All right. That should be good. All right. I think I got it all. Okay. All right. There we go. I think I've got everybody covered. All right. How is everybody? Okay. Let's see if we can get this other light going. There it is. We got both dust lights. Okay. So, yeah. Hi, I'm Amber. And here we are. And I still don't know why this box is over here. I'm going to have to ask somebody about that. Because it's supposed to be just me. So I'm not quite sure what that box is all about or why it's there. So weird. All right. Oh, okay. That might be where the comments go. If you comment during our live stream, but it have to be on YouTube or Facebook, I think, or the ones on Instagram, I don't think share on the screen. Okay, that makes more sense. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I think I checked that already. Yep. All right. So let's go down to the table and let's get started. So let me get my camera ready here. And we'll flip it around. All the joys, right? All the fun. There we go. A little bit more. So I have been tasked. I do paint and sips at my Cafe Buzz. And we had talked about doing another painting of mine on Saturday. Let's see, I'll show you in a sec here. We talked about doing this one, but somebody at the cafe made the comment that I do a lot of flower painting. And I do. I absolutely love flower painting. But I also have to work with the customers. So on Saturday, it'll be August. And in August, where we are from, they have one of our the Grange Fair. So it's like a state fair here, Central Pennsylvania Grange Fair, and it's huge. So I thought for my paint and sip on Saturday that we'd do this cute little truck maybe, and there's the mountains in the background and a tent. Yeah, and we're farmland and mountains is where we live. So. And one of the things that makes our Grange Fair unique are these tents. And these tents that people use it's crazy, are over 100 years old. So somewhere in the 1800s it started. This Grange Fair has been going on like 150 years or something like that. And people inherit these tents, or these green, like old Navy army tents or whatever. And literally the people inherit them. Like they're like prime real estate. Like people only, like, you can only get like a tent spot if you inherit it. And they have like this row of tents and stuff. It's really crazy and intense. Anyways, so that makes our Grange Fair unique. A lot of the other stuff, 4-H stuff and everything, is very similar, as um, um, like it has the 4-H and it has the rides and all the kind of stuff. Anyway, so I did a sketch, and now I'm in a journal. So today's a journaling day. So I thought I'd show you. So usually trying to come up with ideas for painting class, one of the ways is to sketch out the idea, and then we can use my paint markers to try and come up with some ideas of how I want to paint this. So I do know at least the tents are like an army green or something. So yeah, that's about right. So we'll do our tent in some kind of army green. And I don't know if you can see what I wrote there, but I wrote home sweet tent. So I think that's the color, something like this, we will do for the tents. They're more faded than this, but which we can add in later. I'm just getting a general idea with my paint pens, so we can come up with a game plan here. So yeah. All right. So it'll be kind of that color green. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's see, what else can we? I think for any thoughts on what colors I should do? The mountains here are very, very green. So everything's very green right now. So the mountains that are closer by, I will do like some kind of darker green. Okay. So this is kind of like a darker green on the mountains. And it gets slightly lighter as it goes back. Do I have a lighter green that'll work in my paint pen? Maybe. Let's see what color this is. Slightly lighter. So this will be a lighter green. Maybe add some, this I want to add some black to make this darker, make this lighter. So we'll add some white here. And then we'll do like bluish sky, maybe. I'm thinking, part of me wants, we get these beautiful sunsets. So let's see, how would we do this? So they're kind of like, I would think like the first layer will be like a yellow. Right? And then if you're just joining, we're kind of trying to create an idea here. Then the sunset would move to orange. Right? And then I think I want some pinks and reds mixed in. And I would be blending like all of that. So I'd go like pink and some purple. So just a very colorful sky. I think something like that. Not quite sure. And then it would go to blue. Oh, that's the bullet end. Oh well. So yeah. So there we go. My son's coming downstairs. That's us. Yep. And then we'll just keep on going. Oop, dropping pens here. I said that so he would know I was live, but I had left the door open. I think I want to do a bright blue truck. I don't know. I feel like red trucks are overdone, maybe. I don't know. So we'll do like a light blue kind of truck. Why not? I don't know. I think it'll look fun against the orange pumpkins. So the whole thing would be blue. And then the sign here says Grange Fair or Bust. So that's what's coming up. That's the name of our state fair. We've got some pumpkins in here. So we will. So this is just me getting an idea of what I want to do for my paint and sip. Yeah. And then we have 4-H here, so a lot of kids show animals. So that's why I added the pig in. Pigs and goats and horses. I don't know. Well, I don't know what they all are. Then we'll have some trees and yet another color green. I have a lot of green in this one. I was thinking that this could be grass or something down here. And then obviously the road. And I might have, I don't know, just some boop, 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 boop. I don't know, just to be silly. Coming out the back. Obviously, this is gray, but gray or black tires and some shadows. Yeah, so this just kind of gives us an idea of what I want to do. Alrighty, so yeah, so here's kind of our sketch of where I'm going to go, and then we can get ready to paint it. Let me see. I don't think I need to trace that. I think that's true. I drew it, so I shouldn't have to trace it. It's my drawing, right? I'm trying to figure out best place for everything. All right. Got all kinds of paints already here. So before I get all the paints out, I'll kind of recreate my drawing as best I can. So we want kind of like a grass or something on the bottom here. Then we got our road, so our truck will go on the road. We have our tent over here. If you look it up, like they call it Tent City, or I forget what they call it, but something of that sort. And then it's these green army tents that all right. So the big things is getting the truck on here. So if you make a comment or something and I miss it, I apologize as I'm looking down while I'm drawing here. I still hear Bailey. Oh, she must have come back downstairs. All right. Put our tires in. Our window. Yeah. What do you guys think so far? Hi, Liesel. Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate you. Good to see you here. Thanks for everybody joining me. And then we can add in some pumpkins. I kind of like these weird rounded heart shapes. Is what I. And then you add a stem to them. Is kind of how I make my pumpkins. Nothing perfect about it. I'm just getting basic shapes right now for our little pigger. Hooves there. And then we have our Grange Fair or bust sign hanging off the side of the truck. Yeah. All right. What do you guys think? Let's get to painting. All right. So I think what I want to, let's see. We should put the mountains in. There's lots of kind of rolly kind of mountains around here. So these aren't any specific ones. That's just what they are. Kind of rolly kind of mountains all over, all surrounding us. Like literally, we're in a happy valley. That's where I live. So we have all these mountains surrounding us. So I think what I want to start with is the mountains so that they can dry and we can come back and paint trees over them or draw trees over them or what have you, if we want. We'll see how it looks. I don't know. So there's some green and use whatever kind of brush you like. This is like an 8 round. Get some water. Make sure you have your paper towels. Thanks for everybody joining me. I really appreciate you. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. If you can't watch this live, it will be available for replay. And also, I'll be painting this at my Cafe Buzz on Saturday. So more of a wash right at the moment, I think. I don't know. I think I could just paint it dark. I think I want a bigger brush. This one's not big enough for paint my mountains here. I think I want less water. Just kind of, there we go. Yeah. Oops. Put that on the back one by accident. I just wanted to do this front one. This is going to require more than one coat because you can see it's fairly thin, the paint already. Around the truck. You can go over the truck if you want. Just make sure it's dry when you go to paint it. Is the big thing. Come in now with the smaller brush to do around the pumpkins and stuff. Or you can just paint right over them and re-add them. So either way is fine. All right, I'm just going to paint over them. Just a thin wash. It's just easier. There we go. All right. And this one will be dark too. So back to my bigger brush. Sorry I didn't post my live sooner. I don't know how I did that I forgot to mark start it like last week. I usually do a week in advance, and I got on. I'm like, oh, I didn't schedule it. So sorry about that. Usually you look for a scheduled post. So this, I really like Deco Art green. So this is Hauser dark green. All right. So we got our initial coat down there. We'll have to come back to fill that in and smooth it out. I'm just using a board today instead of a canvas. All right, so let's see. We'll go slightly lighter, as I mentioned. I would do. This is Avocado Toast. I love that name. Love it, love it, love it. So cool. Thanks to everybody joining in. And it's okay if the greens mix a little. Make it look maybe a little more realistic. And just remember, great thing about acrylic, you can just let it dry and you can come back and paint over it if you don't like it, or you can let it mix while you're painting, up to you. I look up every once in a while, see if any new faces have joined. I apologize if I miss you. But yeah. Okay, we got that down. I think we'll also do another wider brush for the sky. Not as wide. Use this one. So far we got our sky on, our initial. Okay. So this one, we might want to come back. Let's do the tent since that's green too. I like this green for the tent. It's slightly darker than the other mountains, but that's fine. Sorry, I'm focused on painting. All right. Making sure no new friends came in that I have to say hi to. If you have any questions, let me know. Grange Fair is the end of the month, and I'll be doing this painting also at a paint and sip. So I want to add in a little bit more darkness in there. So I'm going to get out my blue here. This is my Admiral blue. So it's more of like a blue-gray. It's apple barrel. I'm going to mix it with the green I'm using. Maybe that'll make it. I'll have to do another layer there. Make it a little darker on the inside, maybe. It's a little more blue than I hoped for, but that's okay. All right, you can go back and fix that by just painting right over it. Okay. I didn't do my tie backs exactly the same, but that's okay. We will get there. All kinds of paintbrushes in my thing now. All right. Let's see. I wanted to do my truck like a light blue, teal blue, some kind of blue. Do I want to do this blue? Sailing sky? Or more of a, yeah, we'll do more of a like a tealish. More deco art. Remember, this is all just the initial. We can go back and do more details later. Just getting the colors down. I'll come back and add in some darker colors and some details. Maybe use a paint pen to draw the lines of the truck, that kind of thing. So don't worry about it being perfect at this point. I think the best thing, though, would be to keep the sign white. So we'll just make the sign look white. So I know today said journaling project. So we did start in our journal. So if you want to go back and see, we did the initial idea of this sketch in my journal. And now. Okay. Okay, I got that. Let's see. Need some black for the tires. And like I said, we can come back later and add in detail. Right now, we're just getting everything down. Okay, let's see. We can probably work on, see if I can get some more of this yellow out. I don't know if I can work on the sky. So I think I might just have to stick my paintbrush in there and get me some yellow. And if you come to our paint and sip, we might get to do this on wood boards. It depends on if they become available. But if not, I will have plenty of canvases for you guys to work on. Hey, Peter Barker. Good to see you joining me. Hi, friends over YouTube or Facebook who are joining me too. Thank you, friends, for everybody joining in. I really appreciate you. Yeah, so we got that initial bottom yellow. Tons of brushes in the water. Let me see if I can pull some of them out. Clean them up a little bit. See. All kinds of brushes. All right. Let's see. We need slightly darker yellow. Let me just pull this one from the lid too. Maybe. We'll just do a dab of this. Looks like it needs a little shaking up. The other one was a Craft Smart. This one's Deco Art. So yeah, both. I mean, they all work great. And I'm gonna kind of blend it a little together, overlapping a little, so that you can see that the sun's going down. Oops, wrong color yellow there, but that's okay. Light's still there. All right, so there's that one. And then we have this corally color. If you are here, like and subscribe. I am so close to 500. I'm like at almost 480. If you can help me just get over that hump, that would be awesome. Help me just get my channel to the next level. That would be awesome. There's our sun is setting. I think I want to do some, we got lots of pinks and purples in our sunsets. So don't want too much water on there. And see how I'm kind of blending it in together when I put the color down. So hopefully I'll just kind of mix it up a little here and there. I don't know, just playing with it because the sky is not perfect layers, right? It's all kinds of colors. Then we'll mix in this blue here at the end to get our final layer. Ooh, so it's kind of like all of them culminating here. There we go. Something like that, right? I don't know. Sure. I think I like that. Let's go back to fixing this mountain. Need a bigger brush. Bigger brush. What is everybody else working on? What fun projects do you have on your table? Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you. If you haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am so close to 500. Please consider it. That would be awesome. No, this is pulling up some of the paint, so I need to wait a little longer to get a little. Go. So we start filling some of this in. It gets a little darker. It's becoming a little more real, so to speak. All right, we're getting there, right? I don't think you made to travel. I look forward to your DM. That's great. Thanks for letting me know that you're sending me one. Not quite sure why you're telling me, but thank you. I appreciate all of you for being here, for your support. Yeah. I'm going to send out a survey soon to see if we can come up with a better live time. Doesn't seem I get as many people at this time. So if you think of a better time to go live, please let me know. I'm just trying to fix the curtain here. Don't match. There we go. Yeah, that's a little better. It's okay. It's mixing in because the tents are old. And all right. So we've got that. Maybe color should we make our road? I don't want to do. It's going to be a big brush again. Well, we'll do a green down here. Since it's really close, we should do that darker green again. Or we'll do this one. This will be the base coat, and then I'll go back and add some other stuff in. Lots and lots of green, but that's what we've got right now. That's what our summers are like. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of green. So. All right, we got our road here. We'll come back and add some other colors there. Let's see. I don't know where that is. I have this brush where I've cut the end so that I can add in all kinds of different things and give it more texture. So that's what we're going to do. Messy green texture. I like messy painting. I'm not doing exactly what I wanted to do, but that's okay. Oh. So we have lots of farmland here. Oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I apologize. If you saw my desk, it's a total mess here. But I cut my brush so I don't have to worry about it. I don't know, like that. I'm ruining a brush by doing movement like this. But I want to give it lots of texture. Lots of texture. I'll throw some other colors in there too. Oh, hi, Mariah. I see you've joined us and other friends. And I went over that wheel there. Oops. I'll fix that with some black. Not mean to do that. Because I looked up and was still painting while I looked up. Almost there. Nice. So they don't have like necessarily like real roads out there. It's more like gravel. So I wonder how I can recreate that. Maybe do a base brown. Very like a wash of brown. Yeah. I'll come back and add some rocks and different things. It's okay. Green mixes in there. Oops. I put green on my brush instead of brown. My bad. But that's okay. We're getting there, folks. Yay, we're getting there. All right. Let's see. What else can we do here? We can add in some lighter green down here. Yep. Is it more of a different feel? Okay, let's see what else. This is the brown I just used? No, this is a different one. This is nutmeg brown. Oh, that's why it's not coming out. A big old clump in there. Okay. See what we can do with our nutmeg brown here. Big old clump coming out still. Oh boy, messy, messy. I don't know. I wanted to put some trees is what I want to do, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like those. All right. Good thing I can paint over them, right? We'll come back to that. I'm not sure if I like those. And that's okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and add some pumpkins in then, right? We need some orange because we want some orange pumpkins. This is called spice pumpkin. What are you guys all making, huh? I'll come back later with my paint pen and add details. And I'll add another layer of orange here a little bit. We'll make our pig this coral color. Brush is too wet. I don't want my brush that wet. Okay, and we will do this really pale blue for the window. Friends that are joining, you get to see my brain at work. I'm just creating here as we go. Yeah. I'll also be teaching this at my Buzz Cafe on Saturday. If you want to come join me, $20 gets you painting and a drink, cafe drink. So lots and lots of fun. Darken this up. I like this as a shadow color. I don't know why I want, but I do. That's supposed to be smoke from the pipe. But maybe not. I don't know. I think we'll get that. But all right. Let's see. Take out my tree making brush again. And let's see, we can do a little bit of these too. See what that does. I don't want as bright as that is, but I just want to get the feeling of some trees. I'm doing ones like this, and I'll come back and use my paint pen to draw in the lots of trees here to draw in the rest of the. I don't know. I don't know if that works, but oh well. I'll add all kinds of stuff along the ridge here because I need a tiny brush for that. Because it's not, the ridges aren't just ridges. They have trees on them and all kinds of stuff. So maybe this will give the feeling of trees. Makes it look a little more organic than just lines. And that's kind of how where we live is. Very organic, very green, very lots of trees. I think we should try and add a little bit of trees up here too. Thank you for everybody who's joined me. We're almost done here. We're painting cute little old-fashioned farm truck heading to market here. Not to market, I should say to the fair. We're heading to the fair. So in August, we have what is called the Grange Fair where we live. So on Saturday, I'll be doing a paint and sip to kind of commemorate that. We'll be doing a painting like this or this one. Let's see what I think when I'm done. I think it's cute. Oops, I hit my camera. Sorry, folks. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate all of you and all of you being here and, yeah, making this possible for me. I seriously love teaching art, so thank you so much for helping make it possible. All right. Let's see if we can add some stones or something here to the road. It's all dirt roads through the Grange Fair, and a lot of where we live, there's dirt roads. See if we can make it slightly darker. Some rocks, some different colors in there. There we go. Getting there, folks. What do you think so far? So glad for everybody who's joined in. I really appreciate you. So we're going to write on the truck, Grange Fair or bust. Make sure we can get it to fit in. There we go. Yeah, so some of this, like my pumpkins, need another layer. This paint is very translucent, so might require a couple layers here. Not sure why it's so translucent. You could add gel medium to it to make it thicker. That sort of thing. Yeah, let's see, what else do we need to do? We will add just a little more of the shadowy color down here. I don't mean to cut the tire off. There you go. Getting some more of that dark layering down. So I can have all the different contrasts. We're getting there, friends. What do you think? What do you think? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right, let's add in silver hubcaps, I think. That's what we need on our tires, or maybe white ones. I'm not sure. This tire looks a little flat. Oh well. It's going thumpity thump, right? Little hood ornament. Try and make that look like a window, right? All right, folks, we're almost done here. Might Need to have that dry a little bit more before I can get the silver there. Find the paint pens a little harder to use on the boards. Versus on a canvas. That paint's still a little wet. That's why I'm taking my time. There we go. Oh, forgot this wheel cover. There we go. Our truck's coming along there. What do you guys think? We're getting there. I'll clean my... But just be careful because you can ruin your paint pens if it is still wet. So I'm gonna... Sorry for this is gonna be loud, but I'm gonna try and dry this really quick so I can add in the last bit of detail. And then we'll be done. And we're at our hour. So thank you to everybody who's joined me today. And I really appreciate you. Let's see. Need a brown, maybe. I don't think this is the color. Guess that will work. That's a little too light. I'm going to go with black, but I'll put the stems on here. And that's part of the painting process, is just playing and seeing what works. So. Black, 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 black. Hopefully there's some black left in here. Looks like it. Black and white are probably the ones I used most. Yeah, I think I need some new black ones. This is not coming out the way it's supposed to. There it comes. Maybe it's okay. Just needed some love. Yeah, it's a little bumpy for paint pens, but that's okay. We're trying. Right. Doesn't have to be perfect. Those look like they need to dry a little bit more, so write in our words. We're trying. Come on. These are hard because going around. It's easier if the paint's flowing well. That's what I thought. I thought that was still wet. Bugger. We'll come back to those guys. We'll make our cute little pig. Yeah. I want to make a sign over here. So. But we are at time. So, yeah. So we got most of it done in an hour. A couple of things need to dry and finish up, but I will certainly take a picture and share it with everybody. And there is our happy truck going off to Grange Fair. All right. Hope you can join me next time, Mondays at 10. And we will see you next time. I guess I can switch my camera around and say goodbye. Let's see. There we are. Get this out of the way. Oh, you can see I definitely got my arm in it. Oh my goodness. As always. Too funny. There we go. Hopefully it's enough out of the way, right? But yeah. So Grange Fair is coming up in August. Paint and Sip on Saturday. We are almost at 500 followers on YouTube. Almost 7,000 on Instagram. So if you haven't liked and subscribed in any of those places, I would love you to join me. All right. Have a good day, friends, and we will see you soon.